Welcome everyone, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. Please excuse me, I just got back from my run, so I might be a little bit out of breath still, and I'm definitely sweating still, so please forgive me. I'm a little bit humored because of the message that I just got, so I wanted to share that with you first. By the way, it is December 23rd, 2019, and this is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame read in front of you. It is a general read, so if it doesn't resonate with you, don't force it to fit. There's a lot of you out there. And if you should like a service from me, whether it be a regular tarot card read, or if you'd like a counseling session with cards, or if you'd like any Reiki healing work done, you can go to my website for the specifics, and all my information is below as well at twinflames3344.com and at gmail.com. And I have my CD out there, which is called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames. It is Evelyn Stainthorpe, and the songs are only $1, so it's a great way to support me, and they're on CD Baby, Apple, iTunes, Google, and Amazon. And thank you guys so much for your likes and your shares and your subscribes. If you do like the content, please do subscribe and like and share the video. It's very helpful to me if you share the video, and I love that you guys reach out and comment. I so appreciate the love that you extend, and I love sharing that and extending that back to you. So getting right into this read and my message that I just got. I went in to see my inner child. I usually get some kind of message on the inner little girl and the inner little boy, right? And today I didn't get a little girl and a little boy. And it came in pretty quickly too. I saw a male lion, so very fully maned, like sitting down or laying down to take a nap. They were tired, and there was like a wire in front of them. And right as I thought they were just going to go to sleep, they didn't. They went under the wire and just really slowly kind of went across to the left side. They were kind of on the middle anyway. They weren't really over at the right, but they went over to the left side and kind of like up this hill. They were trying to see what some of them was doing. So they were kind of walking around slowly, but not like being sneaky or anything, but just very kind of tired and slowly walking up the hill to see what was going on over here. And the male lion turns around, and I see the male lion behind a female lion's butt who is refusing to move. So I don't see the front of the female lion, I just see the butt, and the male lion coming up behind her, just making sure he knew who it was, and then he's like pushing her along, like to move and go. And so she goes out of the field, and then the male lion goes back to where he was and lays down and goes to sleep. And then, then I was getting a squirrel. It might have been another animal at first, which is like a squirrel, but it was the squirrel energy that was coming up. And I might have seen a koala bear as well, but definitely was getting the squirrel energy in the read, which will come up in the read. But it was very funny because then the squirrel was just, going through the nuts and cracking them open. Okay, so the message was coming up that what I was getting from this is that the masculine is really tired, and they're pushing the feminine to go do your thing for a little while. It's your turn to go collect the nuts, and the masculine staying home to nap. And he says, I'm going to open the nuts to store them. But he's eating most of them. So it was really funny. So that's kind of the energy that was coming through. So I hope you appreciate that. Today is the 23rd, so it's very much about that male lion. And he went back. He was lying like right in the center of the masculine and feminine. The left is the feminine, the right is the masculine. The male lion was resting towards the masculine side, but right in the middle of the two. And so the feminine was kind of, like a kid who doesn't want to get up in the morning. This was the feminine lion was being pushed, to go out and do the collecting, collecting the nuts for the winter. So the 23 of the day today is very much the King of Wands is the man of passion. So it's very much about that lion. And as I have a couple new oracle decks that I was opening up to use today, and as I picked them up one last time to put them in order, it opened up to the lion. So that was very significant. Well, no, I'm sorry, not the lion. Actually, it was the lion and the squirrel came up today when I was opened up that deck. So that was confirmation for both animals, actually. And it wasn't just a lion, it was other cats as well. So we have that King of Wands of that lion energy. And then we have the Seven of Cups as the day adds up to the 4711. And the Seven of Cups is all about synchronicities, seeing your guidance. It's also about options and your dreams come true. That dreams can come true. It can happen to you if you're young at heart. You know, just like the lion, being young at heart. So we have, let's see here. My sleep was better. For those of you who watched yesterday, not this morning, but yesterday morning, I woke up at like 5 a.m. feeling like my finger had been broken or something, and it was just throbbing, and I couldn't go back to sleep, and I was tossing and turning. I couldn't sleep, and I'd gone to bed late, so I didn't get that much sleep yesterday, and I felt like I had a hangover all day yesterday. So really tired, draining energies. It could be, some of it's, I'm sure the energy's coming in right now, but also I was getting, it might be, you know, your masculine might have been out drinking Saturday night, that kind of thing. But I definitely felt that. And I felt nauseous last night too, like I wanted to vomit. So definitely people are out there partying. And you may be feeling that. And just drained in general from the energies. These are really heavy energies coming in right now. Yeah. Also, some of the wounds that were coming up were around trust, but also paralleling people who might be around you right now, who are similar to someone you were around when you were young, who you actually disconnected from for a reason. And you might want to compare some of the people you're friends with now. Do they have some of the same traits that you were friends with when you were young, or someone you disconnected with for a reason? That was something to bring up. But also just that that trust vibe of not trusting people. The masculine read was done at 10:13, which is the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune and the 13 of the Death card. So the Wheel of Fortune, destiny, a turn for the better, and then 13 of that transformation, transition, and death, rebirth. And the major arcana were karma, which is like the Judgment card, alchemy, like the Temperance card, guidance, like the Hierophant, and then Hermit. We also had, actually the Hermit is the reflection card in this deck. After the read, because I always pull a few cards in either direction depending on my guidance, and today we got the transition card and the Lovers right after the last card of the read. They were the last one. So the last card, and then the transition card, and then the Lovers. We also had the two Pentacles, 3 Cups, 1 Wand, and 1 Sword. So mostly cups today. So a lot of emotion, heart, feelings coming into this read today. And some Pentacles, which has to do with the daily work day. It doesn't always have to do with money. It's about practical life as well. And then less so about action today and thoughts or swords, because they were both there. They were present as ones. We had a Page of Pentacles, a King of Swords. Before the read was the King of Cups. After the read, the Queen of Cups. And they could be someone's parents. I mean, they could be a couple as well, but they can also represent the masculine or a partner's parents, because they've come up a lot in my reads. But they could also represent the Divine Masculine and Feminine. So the Page of Pentacles and the King of Swords were the main characters within the main part of the read. And then the numbers in the code line today were about karmic completion, teaching and learning, and nature. And the numbers, double sixes, were most important here, and that's the Queen of Pentacles. We also had, in a lesser sense, double fives, which is the Ace of Swords, or the Truth. And in the code line, we had 65, which is an 11. So 65 is the King of Pentacles, and 11 is Justice. So both of those numbers came up. And 2311 is the King of Wands and the Justice again. 66, like I said. 2 is the High Priestess. 56 is the Two of Swords. 8 is the Strength card, or that Leo energy, which I was just discussing. And then in a lesser sense, we have 35 of the Wounded Warrior, 9 of Wands, 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, 78 the 10 of Pentacles, and then the number 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. So when I wrote down karmic completion on the table, a couple of the letters were covered for karmic completion, teaching and learning, in nature. So it came out as karmic pletion, and it came up, instead of teaching and learning, came up eaching. And even the A came up, instead of and, it said, it was just like a J. So teaching and J came up and learning. So I'll get into that when I get into the meanings here. But the code line here was all about the Five of Flames, which can be conflict, it can be fighting, but it also can be expansion and games, playing on a positive, in a positive perspective. And it had to do with fidelity, the quality of the divine feminine within the masculine. Remember, this is for the divine masculine. His own feminine within him to the nth degree. And the mother coming up as the Guida, which is like a feminine Guido. So there's definitely a mother, like who's controlling, a very controlling energy here. And it could have a bit of, you know, the mafia type of energy here with the Ma Guida. That she's like an interference there, causing lovers' spats. With the King of Pentacles of drama and passion, and for the masculine to toggle up with his lover. Okay, so it's coming in like this mother is acting like the King of Pentacles, like she's boss, but she's got a masculine energy to her, and she's coming up like she's the boss. So maybe she's got all the money, or she's the boss, but she's coming up as the Guida mother, as the King of Pentacles of passion and drama, and for the masculine to toggle up as lovers, right? That's using his feminine energy to go up to his higher self, to the etheric realms. Also coming up was the temperature of the masculine and feminine, because as I always discuss, it's come up for me, the masculine's temperature is more like the human body temperature. You know, as soon as he gets a little bit hot, you know, he can be set off. So his tolerance is much lower than the feminine's, whereas the feminine's temperature was coming up as the boiling point of water, right? So it takes her, you know, a lot longer to get angry. So it was coming up as why the masculine should be using his inner feminine as opposed to his masculine. The temperature of his chakra system to the nth degree. Of the mother that's like a Guida, and like the King of Pentacles drama queen, and to toggle up. It's like to disconnect from that energy and toggle up with the lovers, or cause the lovers, she's been causing the lovers arguing or conflict, and need to disconnect and toggle up as lovers in regards to karmic completion, teaching, and learning in nature. So this can be the mother of your children, it can be the masculine's mother or the karmic's mother, or if the masculine and feminine are together, it can be one of their mothers, that kind of thing. So you'll know if it applies to you. So the karmic mother, so for the, where it came up, karmic completion as opposed to completion, and eaching instead of teaching, I was getting karmic, so the M was coming up as the mother pletion, because that relates to the coding here, that the mother's the karmic mother's been draining, and eaching, the masculine, and learning was coming up around, you know, doing these things, you know, to each his own, do it naturally, or to be more natural, be more authentic to yourself, and toggle up, use your feminine energy more. The divine masculine's temperature rises as his inner divine feminine, who has a higher boiling point, he taps into that to deal with the mother Guida, who's bossy and dramatic, and disconnected from 5D lovers. So he needs to disconnect from that energy when necessary, which means going into his feminine energy. Done a cycle with the mother energy, to each his own, be authentic to yourself, let it be. Mother Mary comes to me, let it be. If he must, even if he must sleep on a cot, so be it, which is what I was getting. So then that acronym came up as well, COT, but also S was coming up here. And COT came up online as commitments of traitors. So I was getting that, when I first read it, I was getting commitments of traitors, like whoever's been a traitor, on who the masculine needs to disconnect from, obviously, if they've been a traitor to him. Another header that was coming up is divider, coupler, the one who divides the couple. Again, and that was literally COTJ. And that was Legrand. And the description of this device was improves electrical continuity and strengthens dividers, and can be removed by screwdriver. So the one who screws you, and it is reusable. So it's saying someone who uses you, you need to disconnect from. And this also has to do with this mother energy too, but it can be the mother. It doesn't have to be your mother. It can be your partner as well. And COTS journal also came up, COTS journal, which is a military electronics and computing journal. Trigonometric function, trigonometry and trigonometric, I'm not sure how that's going to come out, functions came up, which is described as circular functions, and celestial mechanics came up there under the description of that. Studying periodic phenomena through Fourier analysis, and the 4 was coming up again, and that's been coming up a lot lately as the templating of the seasons and the elections and the Olympics, all that kind of thing. So that's coming up again. Fourier analysis, so analysis by 4s, why things are split up into 4s. And then as soon as I wrote phenomena down, I was getting remember from the Muppets? I guess that's the Muppets, right? I got ba-da-da. And it's like baby and dada, right? Ma, manum, literally says ma, num, a num. And that can reference numbers, but also is num. I'm getting none too. Maybe mom just needs to get into a relationship. Manum, ba-ba-da-da-da. So I'm getting babies and dadas. Baba dada. Baba dida. I don't know if someone calls somebody dida or dada. But those, you know, so baby talk's coming up here as well. Studying periodic phenomena through Fourier analysis. And I was just getting Fourier. I should have said Fourier more, but Fur was coming up regarding to animals. So somebody might have a new baby animal, or you have a pet that had babies. Also, FISE was coming up. Federation of Italian Sport Equestrians. It was in Italian, so I don't know if that's the actual translation, but that was the idea of it. Festival of Extreme Sports came up. Fraunhofer Institute for Solar Energy Systems in Germany. So we had Italy, French, and then Germany. France and Germany. And then Financial Instrument of the Social Economy. Flight Information Service en route, and that was for Canada. Faculty of Information or Freshman in Sciences and Engineering. So those topics were coming up, as well as Future Investor Stock Exchange. And then the Squirrel was coming up as far as stockpiling, a natural street charmer and entertainer, right? So one who charms and entertains, right, to distract you from what's really going on, right? Because they don't want you to see where their nuts are going. But the Squirrel is described as a planner, saver, organizer, or in other words, preparation and bargains, a bargain hunter. At 11:57, this was Justice and the 3 of Swords in the third-party situation and heartbreak, separation. This is how the Squirrel develops trust. It's like the horse trainer with those who feed them nuts and seeds. You know, the more you put out nuts and seeds for them, the more they'll allow you to come closer to them. And also he likes to flash his tail, which I always tell you guys in front of the window, which cracks me up. And they're good at flashing their tail, right? So showing off of being a little flirty with little glances and chatter, just like the squirrel. And they like overflowing gardens as well. So that squirrel energy was coming up. And then also as the ideal teacher of the idea, the little charm goes a long way in getting what you want. And people like to do business with people they like. And squirrels also make me laugh. So that's another attribute. And also Libra's been coming up. I keep seeing on license plates, LBR. I saw it literally 4 times in the past couple days on license plates, which is so weird. And I was getting the association of the squirrel to the Libra energy. And then, so we have the lion and the Libra. So the lion of the Leo energy and ego. And then the squirrel was coming up with the Libra energy that can be scattered at times, right? Because it's air energy. So before I start with the read, I did want to pull an animal card just to see what else is coming up for us right now. And this is one of my new decks. So this is animal tarot cards, and this is the back of the card. Okay. So I've already pre-shuffled, and let's see which animal comes up. They're still a little bit stiff because they're new. I did go through each card, so they have been separated and shuffled, but they're still a little stiff. All right, let's just see what comes out. So let's see. What animal needs to come out for everyone today? Oh, interesting. Okay, so then the horses are coming up now as well, which is the chariot, which is a big theme of a lot of my reads. With the horse trainer, which I did bring up just now, the chariot, it says here Arabian horse. Excuse me. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition you're receiving. So, and that was coming up yesterday, that we need to really ground and balance our energies. You can successfully balance various or opposing energies, just like the scattered squirrel, all at once through the determination and focus. So feeling very scattered like the squirrel, we need to focus more, which is why the male lion was coming in to push the feminine lion to be more focused. You've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. So the recognitions will be coming in now, and this can be for the masculine too, that your reward now is to get to rest. The bottom of the deck is Justice and the Elephant. And the elephant never forgets. And Spirit's connecting me with me about the elephant. So in this deck, the Justice is 8, which it is sometimes. Sometimes it's the 11, sometimes it's the 8. And it's the 8, which is perfect, because that then relates the elephant to the lion, which is interesting because I haven't finished. I've been developing a tarot deck for a long time. I haven't been inspired this year to work on it, but one of my cards, the Strength card, isn't the lion, it's actually an elephant. So it's interesting that this is paralleling that, the elephant and the lion of strength energy. So the elephant says, fair decisions will be made after all the evidence is reviewed impartially. Have compassion for others and try to see all sides of a disagreement. Okay, so here we have focus. Allow your rewards to come, that you deserve what you're receiving now. Be focused and have compassion for others to try to, see all situations before reacting to something, right? Allow everything to come in, all the information before, allowing a lot of feelings to come up around it. Okay, so a good place to start. So as we start this read, we have the Seeker of Crystals. All right, here's the Seeker of Crystals, or the Page of Pentacles, and then we start down here with the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is Seven of Cups. Then we have the Three of Cups and the King of Cups, and here's that Page of Pentacles reversed. So the Page of Crystals reversed, and I was right away getting squirrels and nuts because the Page of Pentacles is reversed, and that's that energy, right? They're trying to manifest very quickly though. And they need help with that. They get really scattered. So the student or child in need of help to learn to help themselves manifest. Someone may be having issues in school, one who never learns, or someone who's an opportunist, receiving no invitation but coming in anyway, right? So the squirrels always come in without an invitation, but they won't let you come near them unless they start to trust you if you feed them, okay? So the squirrels don't trust until you leave nuts out for them, like the horse trainer. The longer you know them and feed them, the more they trust you. So that's saying to you, maybe your masculine just needs to be fed. And the nut, that's my vision, where the squirrel was eating all the nuts. Driving, moving, traveling alone to manifest in a more focused way. Okay, and I didn't read about the focus, and this is part of my read. So definitely talking about focusing. Driving, moving, traveling alone to manifest in a more focused way. So on their own, they're able to do more than if they were with somebody, right? The energies are more clear. There's no distractions. Like the squirrel or the grocery store, it's too hard to focus on what you need to get if someone there is talking to you or asking if you're done yet. The sun reversed, the stars reversed, the Knight of Cups upright offers love to injustice or upside down Libra, in deception of the magician at the new moon eclipse. So here we had the sun, the stars, and the moon all reversed. The injustice of it, but the Knight of Cups is still being love. Loving Cancer, offering love to Libra, Virgo, Gemini energy, or Leo reversed, Aquarius reversed, behind the offer, like giving it support, but they're reversed, or not really. Maybe they're pretending to support it, but they don't. They're behind this offer, or maybe they're up to something, so they're getting this Knight of Cups to come forward in an offer, boldly coming forward to correct an injustice, or to a Libra reversed, happy alone, or is a loner, with Cancer reversed, Magician, or Virgo or Gemini beside them, or the Libra is with Cancer, or has the disease Cancer, and it's now magically cured. And then I was getting at night when all the world's asleep, the questions run so deep for such a simple man. Won't you please, please tell me what to know? I know it sounds absurd. Please tell me who I am. At night when all the world's asleep. I'm blanking out on the band. If someone wants to put that in the comments, they can. But Cancer is coming up like here as Dorothy going to the wizard, who needs to come out about his true self, his humanness, in order to make magic for her and get her home. There's no place like home. The logical man, that's what that song is, the logical man. And then the thinking man also comes up. So the statue, of course. In the moment before the dawn, when the moon is down and the stars go out, because the sun is about to arrive, it is no fair to find happiness alone when there is magic to be had. The fool with an open heart, free to leap, and the King of Swords upright, with the King of Pentacles reversed. But the King of Pentacles reversed can now, that's the part of him that can face the Queen of Cups upright, and the world is now complete with the sealed Divine Feminine whole and passionately moving toward, as the Knight of Wands, the Devil or Capricorn. Or that's just the time period now, right? Because we're in Capricorn. As the Divine Feminine passionately is moving toward this time period of Capricorn, and the Knight of Swords reversed holding their tongue, or scared to speak in front of people, or perform, or the Divine Masculine is free to leap, going to the King of Swords, and the King of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Cups, in order to end or complete a cycle or a partnership, and passionately move onward as the Devil or Capricorn, or to the Devil or Capricorn, to either hold their tongue, and that was at 11:28, or cut their throat. And then Deep Throat was coming up. 11:28 is a Justice and the Two of Flames, the twin flames. All right, so someone, or the Divine Masculine's free to leap, going to the King of Swords, King of Pentacles reversed, and the Queen of Cups, in order to end or complete a cycle, and passionately onward as the Devil or Capricorn, or to the Devil or Capricorn, to either hold their tongue or cut their throat. Deep Throat, cutting off their announcement, or performing, or the masculine coming in and being a critic with negative reviews, or verbally abusing a street performer, a juggler, Fred Flintstone in modern day shoes, handling of coins, balancing many things up in the air at the same time. Or this also could be the horny devil who comes in quick and passionately, only to stop short to watch what they're doing first, disagreeing with the way the juggler works or performs, handles their daily grind, but the masculine holding their tongue about it. So this could be someone around them at home or at work. The slave driver taken aback, noticing two bare trees on their travels, and the slaves overlooked and starving and cold that had been overlooked, right? Left in the past or abandoned. The devil's work, or separation of class. I'm better than you. What will people say about the wrong side of the tracks? Not only Batman, but Bat Devil and Marked Man, crazed and holding back thoughts, words, and announcements in his head. What he would say if he were up there, walking in another's shoes, the old and the new, the melding of opposites, polarized or cold views, to mesh them together, dancing toward the middle, crazy eights, with a mask on. When you can get away with a lot, right? When you have a mask on, not to be caught. But can you actually present the real you with no mask and not care about others' thoughts? The slave driver falls. The devil no longer has power. You're free to be you and no longer hide, or be two-faced, or show only half your face to the world, giving the Page of Pentacles reversed another pentacle to play with, to see what comes of it, using both sides of them, the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, to stay balanced and not have to dance or juggle so much. The Six of Cups reversed comes up here, or possibly could be difficult kids or bad memories, or the past now returns, or back from the country, or visiting home. Free to leap, with flower and bag in hand, coming full circle to the sealed Divine Feminine's neighborhood with Michael and Thoth. The devil or Capricorn waves or comes knocking, happy and free, marching to the beat of their own drum, until fear comes knocking, the bull and lion feeling left out. Jealousy, envy, and how did they get that? I want some too. All of a sudden, someone's your best friend to come along for the ride. The snake charmer is the devil, or a Capricorn with Kundalini rising, Pisces with Aries underfoot, or Capricorn with kids and juggling them. Aries, Pisces, or Capricorn. Leo, Aquarius, Libra, Cancer, Virgo, and Gemini here too. And this was at 11:51, which is justice for the King of Swords. The Knight of Wands is out rescuing. And by the way, attraction came up there as the underlying energy for the masculine, and heart-to-heart conversations beneath that. The Knight of Wands is out rescuing, protecting, and standing up for others on the high ground. Not sure you can trust them, though. The Queen of Cups is comforting, and the Page of Wands inspired to romance and unfair. They're not given any healthy choices, or that the Queen of Cups and Libra reversed, or injustice of three-legged race, a race apart from others because it's two physical bodies and one etheric body, unable to function without the other present. All flames put aside, being two as one. The Queen of Cups is kind and loving, intuitive, no supreme justice, just human who loves her frog prince without the need to prove herself to others. Not on the ball, her soul is not touching the ground, toes lifting off, and spindles supporting the stone block, which has to do with being stoned. She is on the stone block that she is on. So there could be, and again, I was getting like old biddies and spindles. I'm getting like one or two older women in masculines space that are like, you know, the two old biddies that are old-fashioned and they're prejudiced and they criticize everybody. So that's kind of the energy I'm getting here. Stoning the Divine Feminine. The Divine Masculine rescuing everyone else except the one who deserves it the most, himself, or in other words, his twin, because that's his higher self. He has not rescued himself until he has come forward to his twin. Music comes up here as number 32, which is the Six of Wands, and beneath that is Happy Ending, which is 93. And that's interesting because the reflection of 93 is 39, which is the Knight of Cups, being love, and then the reflection of that is Happy Ending. Happy alone, or celebrating out at the bar, detoxing chaos and grieving judgments, announcements, or calls unanswered, praying the two dark birds go away, suffering in silence at the workplace, falling apart, no longer interested or clinging to the old way of doing things. And then Hello by Lionel Richie came up, so you might want to look at the lyrics for that, as well as Hello from ELO. Actually, the ELO came up first. And I was getting the Elohim as well. ELO always brings that up for me because it's Electric Light Orchestra, right? The orchestration of the lights. And then the Aurora Borealis comes up, all of that. But the Elohim were coming up here, and then suffering behind a smile at work, clinging to all he's known, detoxing alcohol perhaps, happy hour and or depression, firing up the lathe, the paper cutter or presses, or printing press, hot off the press. I heard the news today, oh boy. So that came up. I'd love to turn you on. Of course, that's the Beatles. Rapunzel in the castle, Han Solo at work, but Batman at home. Both towers come crashing down, but not so suddenly. It took a long time. The wise owl at her window, her crib, and loving herself like a mother would her baby. The walls of Jericho come tumbling down with the divine feminine no longer able to try and reach for the divine masculine. He's too high on work. At the slivery moon, he's cooking up something as the steam rises naturally into her tower, arousing her senses. And that was at 12:35, the hangman and the 35 of the wounded warrior, the Knight of Wands, but it's also the Mary Magdalene energy. So the hangman and Mary Magdalene, 12:35. The wall between them naturally falling away. So it's been a long time to fall for one who never learns or has learning challenges, juggling to stay balanced with 2 gold coins to care for, because now he's juggling 2 coins, not just one. The devil is codependencies and addictions, or Capricorn business and injustice. The judge falls, or Libra reversed. Issues with squirrels is when not taking your time, you get hit by cars. Thinking in too many different directions at once, you must be still for that, and pull over if you need to use your phone or get directions. Avoiding, resisting, or in the aftermath of your hand now being forced, the Page of Pentacles reversed, lost their opportunity performing. They were too busy to see the devil or Capricorn's wave, the injustice of music, the day the music died, a life cut short. Flame burning out long before the legend ever did. The Page of Pentacles reversed, the House of Cards, thrown a curveball and caught it, and juggling then to keep it up, and becoming the devil, attracted by the unfair relationship, swearing in, or swearing the devil made me do it, or just waving hello, hello, while juggling kids, injustice of music and lyrics, as you hear synchronicities that linger on and on and on. Which actually, the on and on was lyrics of a song that I wrote once. Recently, karma was upright. Judgment, announcement, or a major call, standing up for self in a move, in ending a marriage, or staying at another's house, or their house falling apart, unable to conceive of the truth, frustrated by the truth presented, and synchronicities that have been now ignored, dumping emotional attachments to get over grieving, loss, or regret, to finish the race, that 4-part relay around the world in 80 days, with 10 swords in his back. So back pain was coming up, as well as back treatments, a painful end and or betrayal in the awakening of the Emperor. The foundation here is the 6 of Pentacles reversed, in debt, scammed, inequitable relationship, and resting, praying, meditating in the 5D, like the lion in my meditation today, needing to rest in his cave, praying and meditating in the 5D for epiphanies about abandonment issues, rejection and homelessness, dumping a load, burdens, responsibilities, and confession, or fell in dark night, near-death experience, suddenly no longer a part of the 10 of Pentacles wealthy or abundant family, or shamed by them, right, in exile. They may be elitist or think they're above you, or just letting go of everything, the masculine now with meditation between states in order to get sudden epiphanies or realizations. And as to why masculines, that you're always feeling left out or not a part of the abundant family. Why feeling unworthy of that? And even like when I was shopping yesterday in a wealthy area, why do you why do you feel like you're not one of them? Or you feel like, you know, it takes you back to in high school when the snobby kids were mean to you. So it's that kind of energy wound that's coming up. The central energy here is the 6 of Cups reversed. The negative past, negative kids, or the past returning with love from group or friends, or going away party, or a Christmas break and holiday parties and no options at the moment, but you're telling them this, like, you know, going to a reunion in high school. Well, I have no options right now, but I have a lot of things in the making, right? So it's like those kind of conversations. But for the masculine, the wheel is coming up in your favor right now. We have 1257 to 58. So after a split or separation, he's now meditating, which is like the lion in the den, you know, or the bear hibernating for the winter. Going from the separation and heartbreak into the hibernation with the wheel in your favor because it's destined. The challenge being the Five of Wands upright. The conflict, the fighting, the competition in games, the expansion, the playing, and the surrendering to inspiration. The King of Swords ending a family or emotional cycle with the Empress or Mother expressing feelings, an energetic exchange, coming out about holding on, saving, grounding, and being present. That you are the gift, masculine, so why should you have to buy so many gifts? Or the Empress could be saying that as well. Impatient fallen angel losing their temper, or judgment of the Empress about self-love, spiritual love, and new love. So it's like coming up as the Empress as the mother, being judgmental about these spiritual ideas that the masculine may be bringing up to them, and being judgmental about it, about the self-love, the spiritual love, and the new love, that a big love has been offered in return for announcements. And then my son came home at that point. It was 1:07, and we were talking just about what he was doing. He was feeling good because everybody was really nice to him on his errands and things like that, and then it was 55 degrees outside, which is really nice, which is also the Ace of Swords, the truth. And that everyone's always nice at the holidays, right? And at the same time, I'm saying that we're in the present moment. That's the gift. I'd sent, when he went out to do his errands, I asked him to mail my daughter's gift to her for me, which he did. So being the gift is the gift is just being in the present moment and being you, that you're the gift, not the things that you buy for them. The grounding and integrating of the God's love, and the masculine seeing that then offered to others, and being happy with yourself, and surrendering to be inspired and to move. A lot of back and forth with the Queen of Cups, offering a new life in return. And again, that could be a parent who's offering help. The Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of help, money, or an opportunity, and walking away. The Knight of Cups offering love to the lovers by being a friend to help carry them home. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles guarding the divine lovers until they get it right. Jesus and Thoth, Michael and Metatron, calling you to carry me home. And I was seeing the royal couple in the Cinderella carriage, you know, just like the English royals, you know, when they get married. It's like that Cinderella carriage. Now crowning is walking away, saving and implementing a plan, impatient to be with divine lover for attention and success, good news for a change, in a breakup with Taurus, or marriage, or religion, or establishment, tradition, ending a family or emotional cycle, and at work aligning with desires, being more creative, not overworking, taking care of details, or studying and researching very closely every angle in the aftermath of sudden events. The Two of Cups lovers, the Emperor and the Hermit reversed, announcing imprisonment of an Aquarius reversed, or about anxiety and depression, and finding peace through big love at work, and grounding and integrating self-love. And at that moment, I couldn't find the Ace of Swords. I was like, where is it? Where is it? So I finally found it. It's like being the squirrel trying to find their nuts. And that was at 126, which is the Magician and the Page of Wands, who's inspired to be upright. And the harsh truth of the Page of Pentacles reversed, the poor student, taming their inner beast, or another beast, or an opportunist, the Leo, the egotistical, or others always asking them for money. Now finally finding peace away from that, or anxious about how it will go with kids back and forth in separation of families. The divine masculine and inner child are being seen as judged sweetly here at 130, which is the Magician and the Union, the Four of Wands, that the harsh truth is punishment enough, with the romantic tie present. At 131, which is the Magician and the Five of Wands now, the expansion, of the lover's divine. Romantic tie present, the lover's divine, as the sun rises on the horizon line in rainbow colors. Soon, impatience, losing temper, fallen angel, regarding his connection and having to walk away from the Queen of Cups offering big money or a new life, while the Queen of Swords speaks to Pisces, or about the secret of the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords, or the Queen of Swords with a secret and the Knight of Pentacles spreading the word, or the Divine Masculine needing to deal with hearing about the Viking princess and kids from a third party. The injustice of strategy of the Divine Feminine's heart coming out, near death, dead tired, resisting the changes, dependent, losing money, or a child financially draining. The Queen of Wands expressing lots of feelings and energy coming out, saving and grounding and being more present. The Divine Masculine injustice of stealing the Divine Feminine's heart and clinging to dependent Queen of Wands, going back and forth with Hermit reversed about savings and presents, kids' parties and such. The Queen of Wands powerless or financially drained, impatient and losing temper, clinging to the plan that's not fair, to Libra reversed, or in a divorce settlement, or the judge is stepping down with replacement on the case. So they're switching lawyers or judges. Constantly draining savings and calling all the time. So this is coming up as the Queen of Wands energy. Draining finances, money or time of the masculine, or worried about in a separation, them constantly calling about the kids and that kind of stuff. So the Queen of Cups is offering the Divine Masculine money, time, or energy to help him walk away. But she's got her back turned, focusing on love and expressing themselves. The Queen of Cups is connected to the Page of Wands, which could be an inspired child. And the Queen of Swords is coming up here connected to the Page of Cups, which is a very loving child. The Queen of Swords could be a lawyer or a mediator also, a counselor for the mother and kids. Each twin's oldest child brings them home. It's like they're carrying them home, literally, like calling you to carry me home. I'm seeing like the oldest child from each family carrying that Cinderella coach of the masculine and feminine home. As the youngest, so the older children are doing that, if you have children, and then the youngest ones were coming up as needing more attention, but now they're being very positive and behaving. They're expressing themselves and surrendering because they've learned some of the things from the masculine and the feminine. The Divine Masculine is seeing himself as the King of Swords upright today, keeping to himself, the King of Wands, the man of passion, suffering in silence and stressed out and purging, at war with his own desires, trying to hold his tongue but impatient or dealing with liars. It's hard for him to trust after dealing with or becoming that fallen angel, right? No one knows what it's like to be the bad man behind blue eyes, to be the bad boy growing up, right? If you're always called the bad boy. And then passion comes up, getting to know each other, healing family issues and let your friends help. And then separately, trust and engagement also came up. So trust was a big one today. Engagement has to do with just stepping it up to the next level. And that was at 2:05. Well, not yet at 2:05. I'm sorry, that was an error. But he's standing up for himself. He's defending his honor. Both aspects, the King of Swords and the King of Wands, are upright here on the masculine. Around him are how he's seen as the Hierophant, the Taurus, the marriage, the religion, the establishment, tradition, or guidance, in juggling, keeping the balance, performing, with lots up in the air. The Queen of Wands under the radar, coming clean or getting clean, with exercise, running around, or keeping busy physically. And that was at 2:05. The High Priestess and the Hierophant. Clearing blocks of the Two of Cups for the masculines. They need to clear blocks around the Two of Cups, that soulmate or that deep bond relationship. Grounding and integrating, and it's about love, not just about money, right? That deep bond of cups, of emotions, and grounding and integrating that offer of love, thinking that it's boring, or being apathetic in the awakening to unconditional love. So I need to clear blocks about this, that those kind of things are boring. And then speaking about it, maybe afraid to get up in front of people, but clearing any blocks around being connected in that way, in such a loving connection, and then connecting with others. having ignored messages of love with Viking Princess, receiving his emails, and having kids reply to them. So this again is coming up as the karmic, maybe, you know, interceding or deleting messages from the Divine Feminine, and then even having kids to go in and do things for them so they don't get in trouble for it. Because, of course, the kids won't get in trouble. But, yeah, could be doing, you know, there's a confidentiality issue there, even with personal emails. But then at work, you know, that becomes a whole other issue as well of confidentiality. So nature comes up here in teaching and learning. Karmic completion, but even more so for the masculine today, was about patience and environment. The Hermit reversed, over isolating and breakup, coming out without affection, expressing feelings back and forth with a Page of Cups. Energy exchange with a message of love or child, innocent and pure of intent. The Page of Pentacles reversed, and the Knight of Cups exchanging time, money, and energy. So the Knight of Cups might be helping the Page of Pentacles reverse, and it could be siblings, or it can be the, you know, adults acting like children, but one is leaning on the other, or one's teaching the other on how to manifest and being loving about it. The Queen of Wands is spending Scorpio's money or time and energy, depleting in a breakup and still having to move on and work together, or work with each other as far as the kids. The Wounded Warrior reverse surrenders to awakening and the gift of the present moment. The Divine Masculine's inner child, or the Page of Wands, is surrendering to inspire or to be inspired. And the Divine Feminine's inner child, the Page of Cups, expressing feelings with others and offering a message of love. So it's coming up as the masculine is giving inspiration and the feminine giving love. But that could be the masculine and feminine within you. It doesn't have to be one or the other person. Tired of fighting and playing games, and presently, finances drained too, feeling powerlessness. Virgo reversed, Scorpio reversed, dropping all of their burdens on the Queen of Cups, perhaps, third party, or it could be a mother or somebody at work, or she's dealing with work issues, in debt, scammed, or inequitable relationships or distributions, troubleshooting employee issues, while the Queen of Pentacles is on top, or making sure things get straightened out. Or the Queen of Pentacles looks to have plenty, then why is the workplace in debt? The Queen of Cups, Scorpio, and the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, at work, one dealing with people, the other with money, with the King of Pentacles reversed, not working, in separation. Settling out with employees, bosses, or customers at work, the Divine Masculine leaving, or business is not doing well, or got scammed, or partner is draining the finances, or hiding money, or under the table. Or the Queen of Wands is coming clean about stealing, lying, or pulling kids in to do her work for her, or pay under the table, or shady dealings, or dealing with confidential information they shouldn't be privy to. The Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of learning, or help, money, or in debt due to school loans, poor spending habits, or family drains, or a thief, or someone lying at work, unbalanced relationships, the King of Swords, guidance, or Taurus, or any kind of commitments, whether it be establishment, religion, anything like that. But the King of Swords guidance in judgment, announcement, or call to action regarding their negative past, present kids, or the past returning and challenged by conflicts, fighting, games, and competition. Impatience, or no patience, or impatient to connect. And that was at 232, which is the High Priestess and the Six of Wands, right? Getting attention and success. Using the feminine energy, the High Priestess. And then so walking away after being isolated, coming out half dead, keeling over from too much responsibility, and dumping on the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Pentacles now. To work it all out, they can take care of it as they rise to the occasion. And maybe the masculine's surprised by that because, you know, they always take all the responsibility thinking no one can do it as good as they can, and now has to allow others to do the work for him. So the King of Pentacles reversed takes a time out, drained energetically, frenetically, I was just getting in the Squirrel, and financially in heartbreak, separation, and or possibly they had a medical procedure or outpatient procedure or 1 to 2 night stay. The Page of Pentacles reversed is judged for clinging or announces they're dropping out of school or work. And then I was getting beauty school dropout, and that may be a child as well. In debt, scammed, or partner taking advantage of them, whether it's kids, a negative past, or negative childhood. Scammed or the past returning to clear trust issues, and the challenge being conflicts to be able to walk away and to, assign work to others that you can trust without having to do it yourself. The King of Swords is coming up as impatient or no patience, or they have a pit in their stomach over isolating, feeling like they're going crazy, or dealing with relative who's losing their mind, like Alzheimer's, or a Taurus, a marriage, religion, establishment, or commitment to self and guidance with a deep bond, that soul connection, that higher self, the twin flame, coming out dead tired, resisting changes, and now has fallen over after carrying way too much weight. Okay, so it could be weight or just the burden. Dumping burdens, dumping a load to be the Queen of Cups, loving person again. And that could have to do with the Divine Feminine as well, because the masculine and feminine, they feel each other. So at the end, the signs that came up around the end here were Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Pisces, Capricorn, and Scorpio. So there's fallout here after the final judgment with kids, leaving unfair relationships behind and fighting his own past, impatient now, wanting to connect again. Okay, so that's the masculine read. I'm going to pull you a few oracle cards again. We did the animal deck already. So let's do, and I will show you the cards as well. This is Nature Whispers. Nature Whispers. And let's see what comes up from this deck for you guys. For everyone out there, and the best and highest good of all those concerned, what do we need to know? What do we need to learn? Let's clear all negative energies across all dimensions of time, space, matter, and realities for the highest good of all those concerned. It is December 23rd, 2019, and let's fill all those empty spaces with beautiful divine love and diamond crystalline light. What do we need to know? What are some last messages for everyone watching? What is the message? What is the message? Patience? There we go. There's one coming up. There we go. Make a wish. And it's the number 1. It's the Magician. Okay, make a wish, you guys. And pucker up. That's what I'm getting. All right, I'm also seeing highlights there. So beauty school dropout. Someone might have learned something about hair before they dropped out. But I'm getting highlights here as well. Make a wish. Really nice. These are really pretty. I'm getting seedlings also, right? Because when you make a wish, you blow the seeds, and then they plant the seeds into the ground for the winter, so they can get be like in a coma state for a while to really rejuvenate and heal, and then so they're ready to come up in the spring. So I want to pull from my other new decks too. So we did energy cards and my Metatron deck. This one's energy. Where's the other one? I think that's Metatron. Yes, Metatron. All right, so this is the energy deck here. So let's pull a card from this one, and I'll get one from Metatron as well. All right, so what is the message from this deck for everyone here? Whoop, that wanted to come out. So this card came out, which is 13 again. That was big in the coding in the beginning of the read. So it's air, and it's also fly free. And that's what the end of my read yesterday was, free all the way home. And 13 has to do with the full transformation, the transition. Death and rebirth. And that looks like a diamond as well. It's actually the pyramids reflected. And I'm just getting like a diamond in the sky. Is that Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? Yeah. Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, because it said make a wish, and now it's saying fly free. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. How I wonder what you are. So this is representative of the masculine flying free, thinking about the feminine. This card also wanted to come out to be seen, which is leadership and answer the call to leadership, number 8. So again, that's that strength energy. Answer the call. And they have a flame in their hand. This is like the 10 of Wands in the SIRIAN Starseed deck, you know, taking the steps up out of the dark into the light with the flame. But it's a different card in this deck. It's the 8. Answer the call to action. And one more wants to be seen, and it's another diamond, so I want to bring it up. Is it 15 or 51? It's 51. That's the King of Swords. That's who the masculine was today. And there's that diamond, the diamond in the rough from the Ace of Pentacles that just needs a little polishing. And there's the wing, the masculine with his wings flying, and the diamond that just put the other two cards together, the white and the purity and innocence, which also came up today with the Page of Cups, the King of Swords. Beautiful. All right, let's pull from the other deck as well. All right, where's the other one? This is Metatron. All right, so last one, it was just 10144. 2 Magicians and Mastering. Last card, you guys. That came right out in twins, all right? 28 is the twin flames. That's the 2 of Wands. Victory. I couldn't have picked a better card to finish on. I'm getting connection right now, too. The bottom of this deck is Broken Heart. All right, so that's that 57, but this is a 9 in this deck, the Hermit. The Hermit's Broken Heart and Victory with the twins. Really nice energy. What's the bottom of this deck? Hold on one second. All right, so from the energy deck, the one on the bottom was Passion, Love for Life. 25 is the Knight of Wands, right? Getting busy physically and passionately, and there's the heart again. So instead of having the heart break, work out. Work your heart. Wow, that was a great card to end on, Victory. 28. There's Peace. And it looks like, I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it looks like a snake. It could be jewelry as well. But it looks like the snake around her forehead. Could even represent for me the crown, like Jesus' crown of thorn that's now been changed into something magical. And handed to the Mary Magdalene energy. There's scroll work on this too. And yeah, I'm definitely getting the Jesus Mary Magdalene thing, because this is bringing up Caesar. And the victory. Ah, wow, that's a profound message. I'm getting the victory of Jesus and Mary Magdalene over the government from the, you know, the Greco-Roman times. That this is their victory. This is their victory. The Jesus and Mary Magdalene victory after, you know, the 2,000 years. That's beautiful. Wow. Okay, let me show you the cards before I do forget, because I will. All right. Seeker of Crystals, the underlying energy. Recent past is karma, which is like judgment. The foundation there is the 6 of Crystals with all that stuff going on it. The central energy is that 6 of Cups. Hard to see the children, but they're so cute hugging, look. The challenge being the 5 of Flames or Wands. The other underlying energy there. And then the 8 of Cups walking away. Scrolling over to what's coming up is the Alchemy card, which was reversed here, Impatience. And the masculine seeing himself as the King of Swords today, upright. Around him is the Guidance card, or the Hierophant. Then we have the blocks he needs to clear, has to do with the Two of Cups, which is upright. Okay, here's the colors of the cards today. We also had some orange in there too. So green and purple, and there's that silver there. And then the orange and green up top there. So a lot of heart, third eye, and above the head. And then we have the sacral a little bit too. The underlying energy is over there. We ended up here with the Hermit reversed, the Death card reversed, which is definitely a portal there. So that could have to do with the portal starting to close. And then we have the Ten of Wands, which is reversed also. So letting go of those burdens or falling over if they haven't. So if they're not, if they don't do it on their own voluntarily, I'm having a lot of trouble speaking today. And then we end up on the Queen of Cups upright. So if they don't do things voluntarily, it's like the divine timing coming in that they get pushed over or get hurt because they didn't do it on their own. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles up top there, which can reference the Queen of Cups, the same person, or it's two different people, okay? So there's your cards there. Oh, I definitely wanted to show you this too, because this was very cool. I might use this as a tag. You see the tower, and there's the masculine at work, and there's the feminine in the tower. That was really cool. Okay. So as usual, make sure you get everything done. Rise and be loved.